Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Remember a few weeks back when we all heard that the Vancouver Playhouse was never going to have any theater happening at any more ever times infinity? Well, guess what? There's a second chance, people.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to see this one sell out because who knows, it could mean good things for the Vancouver Playhouse Theatre Company. John Cassini joining us. He is starring in God of Carnage, or as Fiona likes to call it, the God of Carnegie at the Vancouver Playhouse. I'm just kidding, I called it that. No, it's funny.
John Cassini, how are you, my friend?
Good, how are you guys?
So we're good, but this is a little confusing. So take us on the story of God of Carnage and how you ended up at the Vancouver Playhouse.
Well, it was always a co-production. I just recently came back from the Royal Manitoba Theatre Centre in Winnipeg.
Ta-da!
Beautiful theatre.
Yeah.
And it was a co-pro. We're supposed to do it there and then come here for these dates, April 14th to May 5th. And then one night, just like everybody else, we heard the Playhouse was going down. So
it was like just out of the blue. Like all of a sudden there was this announcement. There was no...
It was heartbreaking. We were all pretty devastated by that.
Okay, so you guys are in here, and you know, you can never say anything definite about situations like this, but it does obviously make an impact and a difference if you guys have a great run with this incredible piece of theater as well.
Yes, I think it does make a big difference. You know, I think we have to show that we actually don't want to just fight for theater. We want to actually go to theater.
Yeah.
So it would be good if people showed up.
Well, tell us about the audiences in Winnipeg, because I was really surprised at the numbers, because everybody in Vancouver is saying, no, not the Playhouse, this can't happen. But you got to go out there and sit in a seat and watch the plays before you complain. So how many people were showing up to God of Carnage when you were in Winnipeg?
Winnipeg is an incredible phenomenon. We would get like 700 on a Tuesday night. Our matinees were 500-600 people.
How much fun is that as an actor? I mean, when
you know, it was really terrific to not know a soul in the audience as well.
That's right. I don't know anybody.
You're just like, oh, let's go have fun. There's 600 people waiting for us. Really, I think our smallest house was on Good Friday, in which we had 400 and something people.
Yeah. Well, and for good reason, too. I mean, first of all, a great production, but a great play as well. For people that aren't familiar with the plot lines of this, it really... it uses emotion in a very interesting way, I think. Tell us a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's two couples. They get together to discuss a bully situation that
civilized.
happened between two 11-year-old boys. They each have a kid each. And they try to do it in a very civilized, very, you know, polite manner. And then, of course, when you start to try and parent the other person's child, and a little bit of alcohol gets involved, those lines get skewed, and all hell breaks loose.
Who do you play in this?
I play Alan Raleigh, a litigation lawyer, someone who's on his cell phone a lot. There's a big cell phone brouhaha that happens in this play. And someone who really, really doesn't want to be there. He's there for his wife. He thinks this is just all...
Yeah, it's kind of peripheral, and it's something else that'll get dealt with and fairly simple. But it's beautiful. I love that because everybody wants to be an advocate for their child. They want their child to have a good experience. So as soon as, and I think in any situation, sticking up for a friend is different than sticking up for yourself. Sticking up for your child is different than sticking up for yourself.
Well, the playwright was no dummy, you know. She was very smart. She thought what could ignite it, what could make it most personal. And when you start messing with people's kids, it's not good.
Like you said, all hell breaks loose.
All hell breaks loose. And then she was doubly smart by adding alcohol.
Yay!
It's all anybody really needs.
I'm smarter, faster,
now, people
stronger.
know you from film. They know you from TV. Why theater for you, John? Why do that to yourself?
Why? Well, I started in the theater, really. You know, I mean, I when I became an actor, I fell in love with doing plays and doing the theater. So it's harder to do as much theater as you'd like when you have kids to support, but this was a great opportunity. It was a great play. I went in and met the director and read like everyone else.
How different is it for you as an actor to do theater as opposed to film or television when you get second chances, 10th takes if you need one? What is it like?
It's just the adrenaline rush and it's almost like it's a full body workout as opposed to just working your biceps. You know, it's just it's totally a full body. A great actor once said, doing film is you're walking on a line that's painted on the floor and you're trying to keep your balance, and doing stage is you keep that line, but you put it like 20 feet up there, and there's no safety net.
There you go.
And it's beautiful, and you know, I think that's why actors love it too. Is that you can't say, can we do it again? If you find yourself in trouble, you have to
Roll with the punches.
Well, and as a society as well, and you know, we were talking about this before, and we've had this conversation on the show before with people in the theater, is, you know, as our society, to my mind anyway, turns towards censorship and really sort of keeping tight reins on conversations, how those conversations play out, the theater is still that bastion where you can address issues in a forum that is unavailable anywhere else in media or society, where you can start that conversation. Yeah,
and I think it's, what you just said is why theater is so important. These are published plays, and you know, you have to do them word for word. You can't censor them. If a play's being produced, and you get to talk about things that aren't necessarily politically correct always. And I mean, all that stuff that happened in Toronto with the play Proud, the Michael Healy play.
That's
at
right.
the Tarragon. I mean, that was a new play, so they were able to, well, you know.
But it's still that conversation that happens. It's like, well, wait a second, why isn't that happening? Why isn't that going on?
So, you know, I hope theater's not a, you know, I'm disappointed in what's happened at the Playhouse, but being an actor for 25 years, I'm a eternal optimist.
And there's no promises
you have to be.
of a second
You got no
chance to the
choice.
Playhouse, but the rumor is, if there are great houses for God of Carnage, that there may be a second chance.
Yes, I don't know the complete machinations of everything that's gone down or is happening, obviously, but I do believe that if we have great houses, it could only help the possibility of the Playhouse getting a second chance.
And guess what? It's a good play, too. It's a win-win. God of Carnage, by the way, is at the Vancouver Playhouse from April the 14th until May 5th. And you said there's rush tickets available, too? Yeah, you can get rush tickets, I believe, you know, just before the show, if you just decide to go down for $20. $20.
Nice, I like that. Tickets available at VancouverPlayhouse.com. Thanks, buddy. Great to see you. As always, we're going to take a break.